Welcome to Seed to Life. A very happy new year to all of you. I'm so excited to share my first video of this year. It is winter and we all face hair problems like weak hair, itchy scalp, dandruff, dryness. I was collecting a lot of good stuff from my garden for a while to make homemade herbal oil. And I'm going to share how I made this oil from these homegrown herbs. Here are the things that you can add to your oil. You can find this list in the description box. Also, if you like to read the recipe, then you can go to my website aseedtolife.com or follow me on my blog on Medium, whatever suits you. There is a special ingredient in this list that I haven't covered in my previous videos, and that is Bringaraj leaves. We are going to see how to grow the precious herb Bringaraj in my next video. I didn't have enough Brahmi leaves, so I had to skip that, and also I forgot to add castor oil to this mix. Step 1 is to grind the herbs and fresh ingredients in a grinder or food processor so that you can incorporate them well into the oil. Step 2 is to heat the base oil mix. So here is I have taken 2 cups of organic coconut oil, and to that I am going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. You can add castor oil at the same time and heat the oils together. Now step 3 is to add the mix that we have prepared by grinding all the fresh herbs and dried leaves to this oil. If the herbs are fresh, then this paste is going to be a little bit wet, but my paste, you can see it is very coarse and dry because most of the leaves were dried. So it is going to reduce the cooking time for the oil, but you can use whatever. You can use the fresh ingredients or you can use the dry ingredients. It just will change the time to make the oil. The temperature should be set to minimum because we don't want to burn the essential oils in these ingredients. We have to remove the moisture completely from the oil so that it doesn't catch any mold or fungus. And if we remove the moisture completely, the oil will last longer. You can see here the oil is bubbling. It is because there is a lot of moisture currently, and even though the leaves were dried, some of them were fresh, and that is the reason there are so many bubbles. So initially you will see a frothy oil, and gradually the bubbles will settle down, and the noise, you will not hear the bubbling noise that much. If you make homemade ghee, then you might already know how when we make ghee, initially the butter is very frothy and there is a lot of crackling sound, and the crackling sounds gradually settles down when the moisture evaporates, and that is when we know that the butter is ready. And it is the same way we are going to make this herbal oil. You can see here the oil has started getting color, and because I added the white hibiscus flowers, the oil is a little bit lighter, but it is more greenish in color because of the Bringaraj leaves and the other leaves that I have added. It has been almost an hour now. Our oil is almost ready. You can see there is hardly any crackling or bubbling that is happening. The oil is just heating, and the oil is looking beautiful, yellowish golden in color, or you can see greenish. It is slightly greenish, and I'm going to strain the oil through these double layers of strainers. So there is a steel strainer, and I'm covering it up with a cloth, and I'm going to put the oil in this strainer, and then separate the leaves or the dry ingredients to get the pure oil. So you can see here the oil is really looking very beautiful, greenish in color, and it is very, very thick. I squeezed out as much oil as possible from this mix, and here is the oil that we have made. The next step is to store the oil. To store the oil, use clean jar and make sure that the moisture is completely gone. Let the oil cool down completely and then pour it in the jar to save it, and use an airtight lid. You can you can use open-ended jar if you're using coconut oil, because coconut oil solidifies, and when you add olive oil or sesame oil, these are very thick oils and they prevent this solidification, and that also helps take the oil easily whenever we want. Now the last step is to add essential oils. This is a completely optional step, and if the essential oils don't suit you, don't use it, because they can give some bad reactions. So it's completely optional. I added 5 to 6 drops of sandalwood oil and 5 to 6 drops of tea tree oil. I like that, and I'm fine with these oils. I avoid menthol containing oils because they can give a very cooling effect, and I don't like that. And this is it. I hope you liked this video and found it useful. A big thanks for watching my videos. Subscribe and click the bell icon to stay connected. Social media links are posted in the description box. Feel free to reach out to me with your comments, suggestions, and don't forget to share my videos if you like them. Thank you again. See you soon.